work for you. I don't know if she likes to sit. Does she sit there? She probably does.
Well, fork you too. Actually,
No,
no, he likes the Deadpool chair, so you're good over there.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ha, Wolf and Raven. Hi.
I don't want to. I'll wait for her.
Here's the thing, Wolf and Raven. I am banned on both of my TikTok accounts, which is just fantastic. Apparently, the last story time got me banned. Well,
you're not reading copyrighted stuff, are you? No? I don't think so.
I am, but here's the thing. I can't get in trouble for reading copyrighted stuff aloud.
Yeah, fair enough. It's not like
now, if I was selling videos of me reading it, then yeah, maybe. But I'm not getting any monetary compensation for this. So
right.
I'm guessing from story time last night, Wolf and Raven.
That's weird.
It really is. But you know what? C'est la vie. Hey, babe. I'm banned on my backup, too.
How?
I'm guessing from last night's story time, though I'm not really sure how.
Are you going to sit right there, Nate? I was waiting. Okay. He said you like Deadpool chairs, so I was going to sit there. Okay. Yes? Okay. Yeah, you're good. I'm good with Deadpool chair. I'll roll this one up in. Yeah. Oh, that's funny to me. It's okay.
So Wolf and Raven, Panda Love came over to help paint, but ended up coloring and smoking with the baby dragon.
Hey, you know what? Nothing wrong with it.
No, there's not. I was a little bit late on starting dinner because I was freeing the good people of Elysium from the oppressive, tyrannical rule of Persephone.
Whoops. You're good. Is that me? No, I did it. Okay, knocked the light over here. Is that right?
Nice, Wolf and Raven.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because...
Has everything gone all right so far? Have the children survived?
No. They all perished.
You know, having been on a road trip with 2 kids, I gotta tell you, that's not exactly unlikely.
Just saying, like I said, no, they perished. That hollow rock can sneak up on somebody real quick.
You will be back before you know it, Wolf and Raven. No, but I mean, as much as we love the kids, can you tell me that on some of those high mountain roads, you didn't just think...
I think that all the time when I have
Oh, fine. However, tell you what, next time you're down here, instead of meatloaf, we're going to make chicken fried steak for dinner. Oh, yeah, I do homemade chicken fried steak. And battered.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh. That sounds amazing. Let me know when I have to bring the ingredients. Yeah, I forgot knives. I'm sorry. No, you're fine. It works. He's using his pocket knife. It works. I got big knives.
I have other knives if you'd like.
Same. Oh, I'm not using this one because this one I used on my feet. And I washed it. I am not using that one either because that one's been buried in wood.
And you've had wood buried in you.
Yeah, I'm fine with the spin. Forget.
How did the oldest almost die?
And for coloring, I'll move the light over here. Okay.
Can I just say, barbecue chicken is one of my better ideas.
Love us. Mm-hmm. That's so good.
Next grilling thing, though, we need to get some flank steak. And get some chicken breasts and butterfly them in half. Marinate them. Fajitas.
Ooh. I know you don't like peppers, but green peppers, like the ones that aren't hot.
The green peppers.
Did you give
along with
that to the one that has the nut allergy?
And the orange ones. Like, I love all of those ones. Those ones are really fucking good.
It's the hot ones.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I can't.
Hi, Lumi. Lumi, we are finishing up dinner because I waited too long to start dinner.
Really?
But like I said, I was freeing the poor oppressed people of Elysium from the tyrannical rule of Persephone.
I think table pepper's too much. That's why you'll never actually see me cook with any table pepper at all. None of my cooking has table pepper.
That's good for me to keep in mind.
Mine does.
So if I make you food, I don't make you something that you won't.
Here's the thing. I'll sneak like a little bit of pepper into what I'm cooking.
Like,
And
if it's enough to where it gives it flavor, but enough to where I don't taste it, I'm good with it.
Oh yeah, okay, I see.
But not to where it's like overpowering the dish.
Because I really like garlic.
Oh, I love garlic.
Okay, good to know.
But like the potatoes last night and the meatloaf, I didn't put any pepper in either one of those.
you know, I feel the same way about eating you out after I've came in you. If there's just enough in there to add some flavor, but not enough to like overpower it, I'm fine.
Not gonna lie. There's this dude.
Well, shit.
What happened?
Are they okay though?
What? Speak, man, speak.
One of the kids almost died from dinner.
Why?
General Tso's and cashew chicken.
Oh no.
Allergic?
There's certain spices that just kind of make everything.
Yeah.
There is an extra voice in here. That would belong to Panda Love. Panda Love is one of our followers. Hi. Panda Love is one of our followers who actually lives in our city. However, she is socially awkward, just like me and Baby Dragon are.
Hey.
So, like, she met us like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's like, well, now that I know where you live, I can come and visit you guys. I was like, you know, you could just ask for the address. And she goes, people don't just go, hey, where do you live? I want to swing by. I said, they do when they live in the same city.
And we're friends.
Well, I don't know.
Well, fine. I don't know if we're friends. Why are you eating my food?
This was a conversation from 2 days ago, right? Yeah.
I'm still giving you crap for it.
Aw, man.
I can't.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a very polite thing to ask unless invited. I don't know. I'm weird like that.
Okay, well, look at me now. You have blanket consent to call us and to text us.
Okay.
And to come over. Just make sure we're not working and, you know, when the kids are here, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of thing. But still.
Always ask first.
Exactly.
Well, actually, when the kids are here, if you want to bring your little one with you.
Okay.
Because by that time, the house will be more put together and the kids will actually be able to
Hi, Nicole.
it without being...
And he'll be a little bit bigger, so maybe he won't be...
Well, mine is
as
4.
rude.
Well, mine are 4 and 6. So they're pretty little, too.
So we can have a play date. Okay, not that kind of play date.
The children have a play date.
Children have a play date. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how old is he? Your little one. Or I think you told me before, but I'm horrible at remembering.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're leaving a couple out of there, Wolf and Raven.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's the thing. You guys are like the opening act, though.
And then something to tell you too. Not to creep you out.
What, Lumi?
Doesn't bother.
Why the?
Well, I just want to, because like if we're in the garage and then they're in the backyard.
So here's the thing.
I'm sorry, assistant.
No,
So
I
we can
like
be
that.
like, not you are not supposed to be paying attention. Kind of thing, and that's why we haven't, because while we're at work,
I'm good, Nicole.
that's how we're planning on babysitting the kids.
I am eating barbecue chicken with corn and ranch style beans.
And he'll be in the summer.
I started dinner late.
You're good. And I'll be in that room.
Yes, you do,
We'll
Lumi.
watch them throughout the house. We'll have one in the cameras, in the bedrooms, down the home.
But here's the thing. Wolf and
We're
Raven,
gonna have one in the bathroom.
I'm not worried about you, Panda, and
Pretty sure
BD
we can
together.
tell if they're in the
I'm not
bedroom.
even worried about you, Panda, BD, and Lumi together. The number ones that I'm worried about being together,
Well,
BD, Amber,
and Athena. I didn't get Athena
Halo.
trained until she was 4.
and Aaron.
But then again, I tried for 2 years straight for her to potty train.
Some people say you have to, like, 1 weekend they figure it out.
Well, no, that's literally what happened. 2 days after her 4th birthday, she was done. She was completely potty trained. She.
I mean, honestly, if I come home and I see those
Which
4 in the
really
house
pissed
together,
me off
probably going to
because
turn around and
my
walk
son
away.
at the time was almost done being potty trained, and as soon as she's like, "Oh wait, he's beating me," she's like, "I'm done." And then he's like, "Well, she beat me. I'm fucking gonna stop." And he went back to diapers completely. And then I just recently, last summer, got him back onto just diaper, just underwear. And so, yeah.
Everybody, don't rush it. He'll figure it out. Don't tell me how to feel. Thank you.
Well, at least it wasn't as bad as my daughter. My daughter, for 2 years straight, smeared fecal matter.
Oh, God.
On everything. On her walls, on her stuffed animals,
Yeah.
on everything.
Not dinner conversation.
I don't give a fuck.
Neither way.
Sorry.
However, I told
And
Wolf and Raven, I am not worried about you, Panda, Wolf and Raven, and Lumi together. That I'd be fine with. However, if I come home and I see you, Amber, Halo, and Aaron in the same house together,
Oh, Lord.
I'm turning around and just walking the fuck. I'll move. I'll move.
would you come over?
I would sit amongst the chaos like the good one and just be like, that shit's funny.
Yeah. Y'all are
Ooh.
gonna die, but yeah.
It's like I'm enjoying watching it happen. Because that's me.
Yeah, no. Those 4 together would be like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse coming to ruin my entire life.
Which one would Baby Dragon be?
Death!
I was just fixing to go. Ooh, Darren. Ooh.
Oh my god, the fucking best intro ever.
Erin,
Death.
Erin. That brat Erin. I have seen her bratting on videos. I have heard stories of her bratting from her D type.
Natural.
I have not watched the whole thing. Everybody's in love with it, right?
Wolf and
I've seen
Raven?
bits and parts. Me and my mom started it,
I think I'll be able to handle it.
and you know how the
I don't know. I may have to tie
Scary?
one or all of you up.
An episode freaked us out. We stopped watching it for the longest
Which
time.
time?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I know it was like in the 1st or 2nd season.
Me and him have watched it all the way up to the 15th season, but or the 14th season, but we cannot bring ourselves to watch the last season because if we watch the last season, then it's truly done. It's truly ended. It's truly not there.
I thought they were gonna renew it.
Mm-mm.
They're done.
I could have swore I heard a rumor, but maybe I just heard a rumor.
It was just a rumor,
Lame.
Sweet.
but no, they're
Playing with my
done.
heart. Where'd the barbecue go?
I took it back inside.
Okay.
Good, Lumi. You need sleep,
I
honestly.
didn't think that he would need it, and yeah.
What sounds like a
You
gun?
know, my barbecue. I have some extra on my plate.
Toss it right on top of the bean. Perfect. Thank you.
Sorry,
Nah, perfect.
my bad.
I was cash card, you know?
I have a little bit too much barbecue on here, but yeah.
Which reminds me of meals I used to eat at my grandma's house all the time. Except she would make her chicken so dry because she didn't want to listen to nobody. But you know, whatever.
Wolf and Raven? No.
You guys know anybody that wants to buy my
magazines. Talk to Lula and Delia, okay? You girls need to be supported. They're trying to go to Honduras to build canoe.
You can tell me how badass this opening scene for Death is.
Oh, it's for Death. Okay.
The Four Horsemen as in Death. Oh, it's fucking amazing. Just watch it.
Who is it?
Wolf and Raven.
Go ahead and answer. Although I don't know why she's calling when she's on the live.
I'm video, damn you! Okay, I'm gonna call you back here in a minute. I'm trying to show something right now.
Oh my god.
What is it? Show me his face.
When she's done with the video, we will start reading.
No, it's a supernatural. Sorry.
Yeah, whenever he's going to see, he bumps into him. Watch where he walks in.
BD's going to answer in a minute. She actually said on the live she'll answer in a minute. She is showing somebody a video, and she has picked the video over you.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, brushes him. Oh, like, you touch me, I brush you off your day. See
That
what I
is
mean?
a badass.
That is just.
Oh,
I fucking love that intro for Death. I really fucking do. Best fucking intro ever.
That was really good. Oh, my goodness.
Let's see, 15 hours ago. This was at... It doesn't say what time I got it. 15 hours ago, though. That was this morning.
Excuse me.
I was telling him that we were Ragnarok.
Yes.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Yes.
And I told you that you, Baby Dragon, Panda, and even Lumi do not scare me.
But Halo, Amber, Media, and I will be in Wisconsin.
Yeah, here's the thing. You temper them.
Which means I have 3 months to build and a petty cannon.
Okay. You have 30 seconds.
I know. But we can't stay on the phone because he's reading. Because he's going to be reading.
I'm going to fix better because
And you're breaking up.
I don't think
What? What about my ass and grass?
Oh, man. Every small little grass, I'm going to have a little ass on you. It's all good.
What about glittering glass? What? I cannot hear you!
Thank you for the food.
You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good. Can you hear me now?
Red told me I could not bring glitter because I would be banned from your house.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have got a very big box of fine pink glitter.
Technically, what we could do is next time you can bring the glitter, and we will just go meet you somewhere. That way, you didn't technically bring it to the house, and I am the one who brings it to my house. Technically, it is not breaking any rules. You did not bring it. You did not bring it to the house.
You were right. It was better off just the fire and then some of the consequences.
See?
Except for you in 4 hours.
Okay, Nicole.
Told you. If he wants more brat ideas, just tell him to message me. I have no problem giving him ideas.
Except for I'm supposed to be the brat, not him.
But there is such a thing as a bratty Don.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, because that's not what he is at all.
No way, Jose.
So technically, he can be just as bratty as you are.
Hey, where's the useless marker?
The useless marker is attached to the black one right there. Here, give me a second. I will get more light over the dress.
Hi, Halo.
Oh, I left my tester in the back.
You know what?
My
Oh.
Hey, Halo.
Well, honestly, I have to let you go because he's going to start reading, and I'm not going to be on the phone while he's reading. I'm not going to be on the phone while he's reading, so I'm actually going to let you go because he's actually waiting on me to get off the phone with you for him to start reading.
Because people will be trying to figure out who to listen to, either me reading or you guys talking.
Yeah. That's why me and her are going to be sitting here coloring and being quiet.
You're going to be quiet?
Yes, we're going to be quiet.
this one.
Shit, that's a first.
Right.
I'll talk to you later.
I will have to send you pictures of the oh, shit. Gone. Gone. Show him my cookies. I made you monster cookie.
Okay. Setting this over there because I think I'm done with those. But yes, on to dessert. So this is the cookie she made me.
That's such a good cookie.
It is a teal chocolate chip cookie.
But hell yeah, how's that for light? It's perfect.
Mm.
So then we'll take it down. Yeah.
Kind of. It has the right idea.
So did we get on light now? Working on it. We'll just have to be very careful with cords.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have sound?
I'm
Really?
gonna say this once and only once, and I don't want you to think once.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, is not old enough to be a man. I am not respectful woman.
Okay.
I is not.
And Wolf and Raven, just saying, I can stop Brat Ragnarok with one sentence.
Are you opposed to yes?
No, I'm good with that.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know, it's just something about man itself. It's just,
Welcome back, Nicole.
you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm good, I'm not that old. I promise.
Oh, I didn't care. And it's calling me out. Just like,
It does count.
Okay, so we are picking up with chapter 17 of Percy Jackson.
And I will be more than happy to. You're good. Sweetheart, I'm not that uptight about it. If you make mistakes, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
As long as you are aware that I don't like it and you try to put forth an effort of not doing so, I am good.
Miranda,
yes.
just color and have fun. She's not that big of a Nazi. And if she gives you too much crap, just remember I can beat her first.
That's true.
Exactly. So if I'm just too much of a pain in the ass, just tell him to beat me and we'll be good.
I didn't actually say that. Yes, you can. Okay,
I feel like she's too rich.
Wolf and Raven, I love how you're just not acknowledging the fact that I can end it with one sentence.
Baby, there's a lot of things you can end with one sentence.
Yeah, but how would I end the brat apocalypse with one sentence?
Telling me no.
No.
Hmm.
I see, here's the thing. You guys are brats. Telling you no wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But there is one magical sentence that I could say that would stop any and all bratting immediately.
And that would be what?
I revoke consent.
But that's no fun.
That is true, though.
Yes, but consensual bratting is a thing.
Yes, consensual bratting is a thing, but at the same time, you call uncle anytime something just, doesn't go perfectly your way is not fair.
No, but if you guys are getting to the point where you're crossing that line.
No, if we're crossing that line, we have no right to do that. I agree. But if you're just saying that because, we're too much for you to handle, that's not fair. We shouldn't be punished for something that you can't handle.
Really?
It was just an
So
example.
so I should not revoke consent if it's something that I can't handle.
Well, no, that's not what I meant.
Uh-huh.
God. You know what? Go away.
Don't you love how you just walked right into that?
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. No, it's one of those things where I'm not going to do that if, you guys are annoying and I just, want to fuck with you. No. I will do that if it crosses the line between bratty and disrespectful. Or if I woke up and chose violence myself, because let's face it, on the days that I wake up and choose violence, BD is afraid violence will actually occur. Right, dear?
Mm-hmm.
Not against her, but our fuckhead neighbor could say something stupid and all of a sudden I'll beat his ass.
There, skin tone is down.
You are cute and adorable, Wolf and Raven, but everything has to be done within boundaries and consent. That is the end of my educational section. Now on to chapter 17. We get a surprise on Miami Beach. Percy, wake up. Mm-hmm. Halo says hi, BD. Salt water splashed my face. Annabeth was shaking my shoulder. In the distance, the sun was setting behind a city skyline. I could see a beachside highway lined with palm trees, storefronts glowing with red and blue neon, a harbor filled with sailboats and cruise ships. Miami, I think, Annabeth said, but the hippocampi are acting funny. Sure enough, our fishy friends had slowed down and were whinnying and swimming in circles, sniffing the water. They didn't look happy. One of them sneezed. I could tell what they were thinking. This is as far as they'll take us, I said. Too many humans. Too much pollution. We'll have to swim to shore on our own. None of us was very psyched about that, but we thanked Rainbow and his friends for the ride. Tyson cried a little. He unfastened the makeshift saddle pack he'd made, which contained his toolkit and a couple of other things he'd salvaged from the Birmingham wreck. He hugged Rainbow around the neck, gave him a soggy mango he'd picked up on the island, and said goodbye. Once the hippocampi's white manes disappeared into the sea, we swam for shore. The waves pushed us forward, and in no time we were back in the mortal world. We wandered along the cruise line docks, pushing through crowds of people arriving for vacations. Porters bustled around with carts of luggage. Taxi drivers yelled at each other in Spanish and tried to cut in line for customers. If anybody noticed us, 5 kids dripping wet and looking like they just had a fight with a monster, they didn't let on. Now that we were back among mortals, Tyson's single eye had blurred from the mist. Grover had put on his cap and sneakers. Even the fleece had transformed from a sheepskin to a red and gold high school leather jacket with a large glittery omega on the pocket. Annabeth ran to the nearest newspaper box and checked the date on the Miami Herald. She cursed. June 18th. We've been away from camp 10 days. That's impossible, Clarice said, but I knew it wasn't. Time traveled differently in monstrous places. Dahlia's tree must almost be dead, Grover wailed. We have to get the fleece back tonight. Clarice slumped down on the pavement. How are we supposed to do that? Her voice trembled. We're hundreds of miles away. No money, no ride. This is just like the Oracle said. It's your fault, Jackson. If you hadn't interfered. Percy's fault? Annabeth exploded. Clarice, how can you say that? You are the biggest. Stop it, I said. Clarice put her head in her hands. Annabeth stomped her foot in frustration. The thing was, I'd almost forgotten this quest was supposed to be Clarice's. For a scary moment, I saw things from her point of view. How would I feel if a bunch of other heroes had butted in and made me look bad? I thought about what I'd overheard in the boiler room of the CSS Birmingham. Ares yelling at Clarice, warning her that she'd better not fail. Ares couldn't care less about the camp, but if Clarice made him look bad... Clarice, I said, what did the Oracle tell you exactly? She looked up. I thought she was going to tell me off, but instead she took a deep breath and recited her prophecy. You shall sail the iron ship with warriors of bone. You shall find what you seek and make it your own. But despair for your life, entombed within stone, and fail without friends to fly home alone. Ouch, Grover mumbled. No, I said. No, wait a minute. I've got it. I searched my pockets for money and found nothing but a golden drachma. Does anybody have any cash? Annabeth and Grover shook their heads morosely. Clarice pulled out a wet Confederate dollar from her pocket and sighed. Cash? Tyson asked hesitantly. Like green paper? I looked at him. Yeah. Like the kind in duffel bags? Yeah, but we lost those bags days ago. I stuttered to a halt as Tyson rummaged in his saddle pack and pulled out the airtight bag full of cash that Hermes had included in our supplies. Tyson, I said, how did you? Thought it was a feed bag for Rainbow, he said. Found it floating in sea, but only paper inside. Sorry. He handed me the cash, 5s and 10s, at least $300. I ran to the curb and grabbed a taxi that was just letting out a family of cruise passengers. Clarice, I yelled, come on. You're going to the airport. Annabeth, give her the fleece. I'm not sure which of them looked more stunned as I took the fleece letter jacket from Annabeth, tucked the cash into his pocket, and put it in Clarice's arms. Clarice said, you let me? It's your quest, I said. We only have enough money for one flight. Besides, I can't travel by air. Zeus would blast me into a million pieces. That's what the prophecy meant. You'd fail without friends, meaning you'd need our help. But you'd have to fly home alone. You have to get the fleece back safely. Not much, Bailey. Clarice is getting on a plane and flying back with the fleece. I could see her mind working, suspicious at first, wondering what trick I was playing, then finally deciding I meant what I said. She jumped in the cab. You can count on me. I won't fail. Not failing would be good. The cab peeled out in a cloud of exhaust. The fleece was on its way. Percy, Annabeth said. That was so generous, Grover offered. Insane, Annabeth corrected. You're betting the lives of everybody at camp that Clarice will get the fleece back safely back by tonight? It's her quest, I said. She deserves a chance. Percy is nice, Tyson said. Percy is too nice, Annabeth grumbled. But I couldn't help thinking that maybe, just maybe, she was a little impressed. I'd surprised her anyway, and that wasn't easy to do. Come on, I told my friends. Let's find another way home. That's when I turned and found a sword's point at my throat. Hey, cuz, said Luke. Welcome back to the States. His bear man thugs appeared on either side of us. One grabbed Annabeth and Grover by their t-shirt collars. The other tried to grab Tyson, but Tyson knocked him into a pile of luggage and roared at Luke. Percy, Luke said calmly, tell your giant to back down, or have Aureus bash your friends' heads together. Aureus grinned and raised Annabeth and Grover off the ground, kicking and screaming. What do you want, Luke? I growled. He smiled, the scar rippling on the side of his face. He gestured towards the end of the dock, and I noticed what should have been obvious. The biggest boat in port was the Princess Andromeda. Why, Percy, Luke said. I want to extend my hospitality, of course. The Bearman twins herded us aboard the Princess Andromeda. They threw us down on the aft deck in front of the swimming pool with sparkling fountains that sprayed into the air. A dozen of Luke's assorted goons, snake people, Lastragonians, demigods, and battle armor had gathered to watch us get some hospitality. And so the fleece, Luke mused. Where is it? He looked us over, prodding my shirt with the tip of his sword, poking Grover's jeans. Hey, Grover yelled. That's real goat fur under there. Sorry, old friend, Luke smiled. Just give me the fleece, and I'll leave you to return to your little nature quest. But Grover protested. Some old friend? Maybe you didn't hear me. Luke's voice was dangerously calm. Where is the fleece? Not here, I said. I probably shouldn't have told him anything, but it felt good to throw the truth in his face. We sent it on ahead of us. You messed up. Luke's eyes narrowed. You're lying. You couldn't have. His face reddened as a horrible possibility occurred to him. Clarice? I nodded. You trusted. You gave. Yeah. Agrius! The bearman flinched. Yes? Get below and prepare my steed. Bring it to the deck. I need to fly to Miami Airport. Fast. But, boss, do it, Luke screamed, or I'll feed you to the Draken. The bearman gulped and lumbered down the stairs. Luke paced in front of the swimming pool, cursing in ancient Greek, gripping his sword so tight his knuckles turned white. The rest of Luke's crew looked uneasy. Maybe they'd never seen their boss so unhinged before. I started thinking, if I could use Luke's anger, get him to talk so everybody could hear how crazy his plans were. I looked at the swimming pool, at the fountain, spraying mist into the air, making a rainbow in the sunset, and suddenly I had an idea. You've been toying with us all along, I said. You wanted us to bring you the fleece and save you the trouble of getting it. Luke scowled. Of course, you idiot. And you've messed everything up. Traitor. I dug my last golden drachma out of my pocket and threw it at Luke. As I expected, he dodged it easily. The coin sailed into the spray of rainbow-colored water. I hoped my prayer would be accepted in silence. I thought with all of my heart, O goddess, accept my offering. You tricked all of us, I yelled at Luke. Even Dionysus at Camp Half-Blood. Behind Luke, the fountain began to shimmer, but I needed everyone's attention on me, so I uncapped Riptide. Luke just sneered. This is no time for heroics, Percy. Drop your puny little sword, or I'll have you killed sooner rather than later. Who poisoned Thalia's tree, Luke? I did, of course, he snarled. I already told you that. I used elder python venom, straight from the depths of Tartarus. Chiron had nothing to do with it? Ha! You know he would never do that. The old fool wouldn't have the guts. You call it guts? Betraying your friends? Endangering the whole camp? Luke raised his sword. You don't understand the half of it. I was going to let you take the fleece once I was done with it. That made me hesitate. Why would he let me take the fleece? He must have been lying, but I couldn't afford to lose his attention. You were going to heal Kronos, I said. Yes, the fleece's magic would have sped his mending process by tenfold, but you haven't stopped us, Percy. You've only slowed us down a little. And so you poisoned the tree, you betrayed Thalia, you set us up, all to help Kronos destroy the gods. Luke gritted his teeth. You know that. Why do you keep asking me? Because I want everybody in the audience to hear you. What audience? Then his eyes narrowed. He looked behind him, and his goons did the same. They gasped and stumbled back. Above the pool, shimmering in the rainbow mist, was an iris message vision of Dionysus, Tantalus, and the whole camp in the dining pavilion. They sat in stunned silence, watching us. Well, said Dionysus dryly, some unplanned dinner entertainment. Mr. D, you heard him, I said. You all heard Luke. The poisoning of the tree wasn't Chiron's fault. Mr. D sighed. I suppose not. The iris message could be a trick, Tantalus suggested, but his attention was mostly on his cheeseburger, which he was trying to corner with both hands. I fear not, Mr. D said, looking with distaste at Tantalus. It appears I shall have to reinstate Chiron as activities director. I suppose I do miss the old horse's pinochle games. Tantalus grabbed the cheeseburger. It didn't bolt away from him. He lifted it from the plate and stared at it in amazement, as if it were the largest diamond in the world. I got it, he cackled. We are no longer in need of your services, Tantalus, Mr. D announced. Tantalus looked stunned. What? But you may return to the underworld. You are dismissed. No! As he dissolved into mist, his fingers clutched at the cheeseburger, trying to bring it to his mouth, but it was too late. He disappeared, and the cheeseburger fell back onto its plate. The campers exploded into cheering. Luke bellowed with rage. He slashed his sword through the fountain, and the iris message dissolved. But the deed was done. I was feeling pretty good about myself, until Luke turned and gave me a murderous look. Kronos was right, Percy. You're an unreliable weapon. You need to be replaced. I wasn't sure what he meant, but I didn't have time to think about it. One of his men blew a brass whistle, and the deck doors flew open. A dozen more warriors poured out, making a circle around us, the brass tips of their spears bristling. Luke smiled at me. You'll never leave this boat alive. Oh my God. What a dick.
Woo!
He's such a dick, right?
Honestly, yeah.
Well, hi, Amber. By the way, that ends that chapter, so we are switching over to Stone of Tears. I'm sorry, Bailey. Okay, I'm going to give it a few minutes, and then we are going to start reading chapter 25 of Stone of Tears.
Where did you get this? And this is good.
I think that's actually. That or just changes colors. I can't remember. But I got it at the smoke shop called. It's in Los Angeles. It's like the biggest smoke in Los Angeles. Neat.
I had to test it.
My tolerance got really high, so I got a bigger bowl for when that happens. When things are really stressful holidays. I have a total of 4 bowls, 3 little bowls, 1 big bowl, and a rig, and 2 electrical rigs that don't.
I just have that one little battery and the lipstick thing that I have. Oh, and I have a bullet thing that I have because it just
Fair enough.
Sure. Let's see. Stone of Tears. Full recap. Okay. This is gonna take a little bit. Because I think I think we're about, at the very least, we're quarter through the book. Yeah, about a quarter through the book. Nope, about a third.
little harnesses are done.
Okay, so
Excuse me.
full recap. So Stone of Tears. Damn Xbox. There we go.
Did it go to sleep?
Well, yes, it went to sleep. However, the problem with that is when it goes to sleep, it's set to shut off a Vizio TV like it would do outside.
Oh, I see.
The problem is my monitor, which the YouTube Live is up on right now, is a Vizio.
Oh.
So it shut off and then went to go shut off the Vizio TV as well. Which means I can no longer see comments. Okay, so Stone of Tears started out quite simply with Zed and Chase just minding their own damn business in the Garden of Life. Talking about this weird fucking stone that was sitting in front of the boxes that Dark and Rawl just opened and killed himself with. I'm sorry, unalived himself with. Oh wait, I forgot I'm not on TikTok. Anyways, so they're trying to figure out what the fuck to do with this stone. When all of a sudden this big black beast thing called a Skreeling comes up, tries to kill him. They end up killing it. Then Zed takes the stone and decides to put it on a chain and put it around Rachel's neck, which no one is particularly happy about. Then it cuts to the Palace of the Prophets. No, that would be Sister Margaret. Okay, so that's the last one you watched. So Sister Margaret, after she died, I believe Richard was already taken captive. There's actually not much that you've missed. Zed talked to Addie about her backstory and where she comes from and how she lost her sight, how she got the rasp in her voice. Turns out she was tortured damn near to death because they thought she was evil. And then they killed her new husband right in front of her. So she spent the next couple decades torturing the guy who killed her husband, and then felt like, she had become evil. So she hid out next to the boundary to not only try and reach out to her husband to let him know that she hadn't betrayed him, and also as a kind of penance for her becoming evil. Then at the end of her story, all the bones in her house started coming together to form what's called a scrin. A scrin is kind of a guardian to the veil, to the underworld. And so Zed and Addie took off. And she's a little bit pissed because they left a bunch of bones behind that she wants to keep. Yeah, and then last time, Richard found a baby Gar and didn't want to kill it, so he ended up feeding a woman that Sister Verna had killed to it. That's about all we've... Hey, babe, that's about all we've been through, right? Since Sister Margaret died?
Yeah, basically.
So, yep, that is where we're at. Now, you kind of pick up at a good point because babe, Zed and Addie.
My two favorite old couple. My favorite old couple.
I thought we were your favorite old couple.
You're old? Well, I mean, I guess you are oldish.
That's what you keep telling me all the time.
I don't know. I mean, I can't have too much fun.
Okay.
Oh, what you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
Hey, Miranda, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you grab that and hand it to Baby Dragon?
What?
Because I know she's probably been looking for it for the past hour, and
I honestly have been too.
I
have not known where it has been.
That's okay. I'm probably gonna eat the rest of your chicken before we go to bed.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Amber says hi. You're welcome, Nicole. Okay. So, chapter 25. The horse was exhausted, but still ran with wild abandon. Addie held a tight grip on Zed's waist as he leaned over the horse's withers, clutching her mane. Muscles bunched and flexed rhythmically beneath him. Trees in the dense forest flashed by in an endless blur. The horse leapt over rocks and logs without pause. The scrin was only a heartbeat behind. Being taller than the horse, it struck branches as it ran. Zed could hear the limbs snap and splinter. He had tried felling trees across the way right behind them, but it didn't slow the bone beast. He had tried tricks and spells and wizardry of every sort. None had worked, but he refused to admit defeat. Admitting defeat established a mental state of resignation that would make it certain. I fear the keeper has us this time, Eddie called at his back. Not yet, he doesn't. How did he find us? The bones of the scrin have been in your house, hiding you for years. If they have been hiding you, then how did he find us? She had no answer. They were running the path where the boundary had been, headed toward the Midlands. Zed was thankful the boundary walls were no longer there, or they could have inadvertently run into the underworld by now. Boundary or not, this couldn't go on for much longer, and then the screen would have them. Boundary or not, the underworld would have them. The keeper would have them. Think, he ordered himself. Zed was using magic to lend strength and stamina to the horse, but even so, heart, lungs, and sinew could not endure long past their natural limits. He was nearly as weary as the frightened animal. This couldn't go on much longer. He had to stop trying to slow the scrin and put his mind to solving the problem. But that could be a dangerous shift in tactics. It could be that although what he was doing wasn't stopping the scrin, it was keeping it from them. He thought he saw a flash of green light to the left. A shade of green he had seen from only one place, the boundary, from the underworld. Impossible, he thought. The horse's hooves thundered on. Addie, do you have anything with you that the scrin would recognize? Like what? I don't know. Anything. It has to have found us by something. Something to connect us to the underworld. I have nothing. It must have found us by the bones at my house. But the bones have been what have been hiding you. There was no mistaking the flash of green light this time. It was to the right. Another came to the left. Zed, I think the scrin be bringing up the underworld to force us into it. Bones. Can it do that? Her voice wasn't as loud this time. Yes. Bags. He muttered into the cold wind at his face. Eerie green light flickered between the trees. It was closer. If he didn't think of something, they were going to die. Think. Suddenly, the green light seemed to ignite into a solid wall to each side. It made a thump he could feel deep in his chest when it arrived. Whole in this world. The horse galloped down the path between them. The way between the walls was narrowing. Bones. Scrin bones. Addie, give me the necklace around your neck. The luminous green walls of the boundary pressed in to each side. They were out of time. They were out of options. Addie pulled off her necklace and put her arm around him again, holding out the bone necklace. Her hand was slick with blood. Zed yanked his own necklace over his head and snatched hers in the same hand. If this doesn't work, I'm sorry, Addie. I just want you to know I've enjoyed sharing time with you. What are you going to do? Hold tight. The green walls of the boundary closed together ahead of them. Zed held the horse firmly and gave her a silent command. She dug in her hooves and spun around to a halt just before the trail ended in a wall of the underworld. Zed flung the two necklaces made with scrin bone into the green light, between a wide gap in the trees. The scrin was upon them. Without pause, it followed the necklaces as they sailed into the boundary, into the green light. There was a flash and a booming clap like a lightning strike as the scrin went through. The green light and the scrin flickered and were gone. The dark forest was silent but for ragged breathing. Addie laid her head wearily against his back. You be right, old man. Your life be one act of desperation after another. Zed patted her knee before sliding off the sweaty horse. The poor animal was so exhausted it was at the brink of death. Zed held its head between his hands and gave it a dose of strength and his sincere thanks. He laid the side of his face against her nose as she closed her He laid the side of his face against her nose as he closed his eyes and gave reassuring strokes to her cheeks for a moment before going to check on Addie. Blood still oozed from the wound on her arm. The size of the horse made Addie appear smaller than she really was. Her slumped shoulders and hanging head didn't help diminish the illusion. She didn't acknowledge any pain as Zed inspected the wound. I'd be a fool, she said. The whole time I thought I'd be hiding under the keeper's nose. He'd be hiding under mine. He knew where I'd be the whole time, all these years. We can take solace in the fact that it earned him no profit. He has wasted his investment. Now hold still, I must tend to this wound. There'll be no time for that. We must get back to my house. I must get my bones. I said be still. We must hurry. Zed scowled up at her. We will go back when I'm finished, but the horse is exhausted. She must be walked. I'll walk and let you ride, if you give me no further trouble. Now be still, or we will be here the whole night quibbling. By the time they reached Addie's house, dawn was breaking, offering a cold, weak light. It was a sad sight. The screen had torn the place to splinters. Addie disregarded the leaning hold walls as she rushed inside, stepping over debris, picking up bones, holding them in the crook of her other arm. As she worked her way toward the corner where they had last seen the round carved bone, Zed was inspecting the ground outside when he heard her calling to him. Come help me find the round bone, wizard. He stepped over a fallen beam. I don't expect you will find it. She pushed a board aside. It be here somewhere. She stopped, looking back over her shoulder. What do you mean you don't expect we will find it? Someone has been here. She looked around at the ruin. You be sure? Zed waved his arm vaguely toward where he had been studying the ground. I saw a footprint over there. It isn't ours. She let the bones in her arm drop to the floor. Who? He laid his hand on a beam that hung from the ceiling, its end resting on the floor. I don't know, but someone has been here. It looks to be a woman's boot, but it isn't yours. I suspect she will have taken the round bone. Addie pawed through the rubble in the corner, searching. At last she stopped. You be right, old man. The bone be gone. She turned, seeming to inspect the very air with her white eyes. Banelings, she hissed. You be wrong about the keeper wasting his effort. I fear you're right. Zed brushed his hand clean on the side of his leg. We had better get away from here. Far away. Addie leaned toward him, her voice low but firm. Zed, we must have that bone. It be important for the veil. She has covered her trail with magic. I don't have any idea where she went. I only saw one footprint. We must be away from here. The keeper might expect us to return. I'll cover our trail so no one will know where we're going. You be so sure about that? The keeper seems to know where we be, and sends his minions for us at will. He tracked us by the necklaces we wore. He will be blind to us for the time being. We must get away from here. He may have eyes watching, the same eyes that took the bone. Her head sunk lower as she closed her eyes. Forgive me, Zed, for endangering you so, for being a fool. Nonsense. No one knows everything. You can't expect to walk through life without stepping in the muck now and again. The important thing is to maintain your footing when you do, and not fall on your face and make it worse. But that won't be important. It's gone. We can do nothing about it now. At least we foiled the keeper. He didn't get us. But we must be away from here. Addie bent to pick up the bones she dropped. I will hurry. We can't take anything, Addie, he said quietly. She straightened. I must take my bones. Some of them be important. Some have powerful magic. Zed took up her thin hand. Addie, the keeper knew where we were by one of the bones. He's been watching you. We can't know if he would recognize any of these too. We must leave them. But we can't risk having someone else taking them. They must be destroyed. Her mouth worked for a moment before she found words. I will not leave them. They be important. They were extremely difficult to obtain. It took me years to find some of them. The keeper could not have marked them. He could not know the trouble I went to. Zed patted her hand. Addie, he wouldn't have placed one he wanted you to have to mark you right in your path. He would have made you struggle for it, so you would value it and keep it close. She yanked her hand back. Then he could have marked anything, she pointed. How do you know this horse was not given by a baneling? Zed gave her a level look. Because it was not the one offered. I took another. Tears welled up in her eyes. Please, Zed, she whispered. They be mine. They be how I was going to reach my pal. I will help you get your message to your pal. I have given you my word, but this is not the way to do it. It hasn't worked yet. I'll help you find a new way. She limped a step closer to him. How? He regarded her stricken face with sympathy. I have a way to bring spirits through the veil for a brief time, to speak with them. Even if I can't bring Bell through, I might be able to get a message to him. But Addie, you must listen to me. We can't do it now. You must wait until the veil is closed. Her trembling fingers touched his arm. How? How can such a thing be done? It can be done. That is all you must know. Tell me. Her fingers tightened on his arm. Her fingers. Wow, that is one fucked up typo. Her fingers tightened on his arm. I must know you speak the truth. I must know it can be done. He weighed the decision a long moment. He had used the wizard's rock his father had given him to call the spirits of his father and mother to himself, but they had told him explicitly not to call them again until this was finished, or they would risk tearing the veil apart. Using the rock in such a fashion was dangerous even in the best of times, and he had been cautioned not to do it except in the gravest circumstances. Opening a path to the spirits was always a great risk. You never knew what you could be letting through unintended. Even enough dark things were getting through without his helping them. Even though Addie was a sorceress, the use of the wizard's rock was not for her to know. It was a secret. Like many others. Like many others that wizards must keep, his heart felt heavy with that responsibility. You will have to trust my word that it can be done. I've given my word that I'll help you, and when it is safe, I'll try. Her fingers still dug urgently into his arm. How can such a thing be? Are you sure? How could you know such a thing? He straightened his shoulders. I'm a wizard of the first order. But are you sure? Addie, you must take my word. I don't give it lightly. I'm not sure it will work, but I believe it may. Right now, the important thing is to use what we know, which you and I know, to stop the Keeper from tearing the veil. It could be wrong to use what I know for selfish reasons and thus endanger the safety of everyone else. Maintaining the veil requires a delicate balance of forces. This could disturb it. It could even be that such a use would tear the veil. She took her hand from his arm and wiped a stray strand of gray hair from her face. Forgive me, Zed. You'll be right. I have studied the cusp between the worlds for most of my life. I should know better. Forgive me. He smiled as he hugged her around her shoulders. I'm gratified that you hold your vows to be so important. It means you are a person of honor. There's no better ally than a person of honor. Shit, wrong voice. He smiled as he hugged her around her shoulders. I'm gratified that you hold your vows to be so important. It means that you are a person of honor. There's no better ally than a person of honor. She looked around her shattered home. It just be that I have spent my life gathering these things. I have been their caretaker for so long. Others have entrusted them to me. Zed walked her out of the rubble. Others have invested their trust in you to use the gift you were given to protect those without power. They are the ones who wrote the prophecies. You have been brought to this point for a reason. That's the trust you must keep. She nodded, rubbing a thin hand on his back as they walked away from the remains of her home. Zed, I think several other bones be missing too. I know. They be dangerous in the wrong hands. I know that too. Then what do you plan to do about it? I plan to do what the prophecies say is the only thing that gives us a chance at closing the veil. And what be that, old man? Helping Richard. We must find a way to help him, for the prophecies say he is the only one who can close the veil. Neither looked back as the fire roared to life, roiling and racing through the ruins, dancing through the bones. And that is the end of chapter 25. How's it going, ladies?
Good.
think she's officially excited to see her little girl unveiled when she's finally done.
I'm excited for it. I am excited for it. It's gonna go on.
What are we excited about?
She's coloring me a picture. And I'm gonna frame it.
She picked out because she's going to be coming over here to actually help me paint the next time she comes over. And
Okay.
helping me paint the next couple of times she comes over.
Mm-hmm.
We figured that her physical work helping me paint would be my picture to her for a payment.
Okay. That works.
I figured, well, tonight I'm going to be working on it. I'm going to finish the one that's in the office first, though. Because that one is an actual paid.
Nicole, you mean stupid Eddie. Poor stupid Eddie.
Because the other two dragons are part of that one. So I'm going to finish that one up and then I'll work on this one.
Lumi, I'm sorry. I don't make the chapters the size that they are. I just read them.
I have my camera free from that. So wherever I stop at this week.
See, and the reason why I say stupid Eddie, and this is one of the wizard's rules that you will learn coming up. Passion rules reason. Because she is so passionate about reaching Pell and atoning for the bad things that she's done, she is letting it overrule what's in her mind and making stupid decisions that could further place the world in more jeopardy. And that's the thing. Passion rules reason. So it's one of those things where, yes, it's good to have passion. But when that passion goes too far, when that passion becomes too much, and it overrules all sense of thought in your head, then it becomes detrimental. Sweet, Wolf and Raven. Exactly. So it's like one of those things. So it's one of those things where, say you are hopelessly in love with somebody. And to make this even more poignant, I will use...
Don't bring me into this shit.
Yes.
Don't bring me. I just said don't fucking bring me into this shit.
I will use the baby dragon. Me and baby dragon are hopelessly in love. Now say that I am actually hurting her. That I am doing things that will hurt her. But she loves me. What if that love makes her overrule her own reasoning, knowing that what I'm doing to her is wrong?
Excuse me.
No, it wouldn't, but that's what I mean. Passion rules reason. That may be off topic, Bailey, but that's also awesome to hear. Bailey only had to take pain pills 3 times today.
Oh, that's epic.
No, Wolf and Raven, not tonight. Because the next one is a rather heavy chapter that I'd rather put with...
Well, you did technically tell them you were going to read 2 chapters tonight.
I'm about to explain why not, dear, if you will, listen.
Just saying.
So, the next chapter is rather a kind of hard, heavy chapter that I would rather not put with the ones from tonight that were kind of light and somewhat filled with hope. The next chapter I would rather put with the erotica when people are expecting hard and heavy shit, and I have labeled the live to be over 18.
Does it give it that silvery tint that you want?
Yes. Especially when the background gets on there.
Well, the thing is that I'm actually going to go over it with this very fine light gray. Do you like that, right? Okay, it's either that one or
For 2 seconds, I thought you grabbed the useless marker.
or this one. I kind of like this one a little bit more because it gives it a little bit more look. And this one. This one used to look like this one. And it gets lighter as it dries more, but that's what we're going to do. You like that?
Yes. Either one's fine with me. I prefer the darker one. If you want to work on
Honestly, I think I'm going to go for the darker one just because it'll give it a little bit more oomph when I do get the darker background on. Does that make sense? Yes.
And Wolf and Raven, if you would like more confirmation as to why, I only have one thing to say to you. Queen Cirilla. No. Kaylin is on her way to Aidendrill. And Kaylin is going to have a few heavy chapters of her own. Let's say there's one chapter where she is painted all in white, naked on a horse. And at the end of that chapter, she is covered in blood that is not hers.
And then you were just left like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. She ends up killing a lot of people. Confessors, not just a pretty face. Yeah. Okay. She comes across a city that is basically been torn through by an army. Women and children have been unalived. Women have been assaulted. Basically the worst parts of any medieval battle story. Now, when she comes across that, she actually vows to hunt down every single man that was involved in it and kill them.
So I'm gonna go a little wild on the ends because when I do the background, it's gonna cover up this like right anyways. So that way I can get a really nice picture right when I do the background. I just like telling people that because I do a lot of work on purpose and sometimes I people are like, hey, you know, so true, so Bitch, please. So how's that look? Okay. It just gives the grain more time to dry because it's still drying on the inside.
I like it. Because there's going to be so much color. I want there to be like. It'll make the gray on purpose. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. No, you're good. I haven't had nicotine.
I'm not going to spoil anything. That is actually a part where I am very, very proud of Kaylin.
Oh. Did you hear that? I did.
What? What do you?
I got my back.
Oh yeah, she's allowed to pop thing. Okay, I see how it is.
She popped her own back.
And I went.
Mm-hmm.
She popped her own back. Goddamn. Like back knuckle.
Yeah, but when I pop my neck, everybody, loses their damn
Because it
mind.
looks like you're gonna break your fucking neck. Like that? She does it too.
I'm a gamer, okay? It's a gamer thing. It's also an artist thing. But you really shouldn't do it.
I do this one.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. I need somebody to align my back. Or pull out my back.
A gentleman by any other name. Okay, Lumi, when you said they should see me pop, that is not the first thing that popped into my head. What do you think, babe?
What do I think? What?
Well, Lumi said they should see me pop and then followed it up with especially my shoulders. And I said, when she said they should see me pop, that is not the first thing that popped into my head.
No.
Everybody walk like dinosaur. I don't know why that should pop in my head, but it did.
What's that from?
Ice Age with the dinosaurs.
I recognize it, but I don't remember it. One thing that really sucks about small things like this is that I can't put in small details into it as much as I would like to sometimes.
I'll send you some old 90s hip hop songs, Lumi. Gentleman Wolf, welcome.
But I don't want it to be solid jewels, so I'm trying to figure out what I can do for accents for like pieces of wood and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Lumi, I have a feeling you might know the 90s hip hop songs to which I refer. That is awesome, Gentleman Wolf. It's especially great because I got banned on both my accounts on TikTok. So I did story time, and apparently that was a very bad thing. Of course, I need to be anonymous. Oh, Gentleman Wolf says hi, dear. Permanent live ban, Bailey.
And both of them?
Yep. Yeah, just live ban. I didn't get fully banned, but just live ban. I found out tonight when I tried to go live, Lumi. They said it happened 15 hours ago, and that was at around 8. So if we backtrack, 12 hours would have been 8 a.m. So around 3 a.m. is when they did the live ban. Yeah, so now I have to work on the backup for my backup. Hold on real quick, guys.
My account.
I really love the fact that I can mute myself on TikTok. TikTok is edging you.
I like that. That looks really good. That's what she's doing.
Maybe I'll put you
I like what you did. That's what
You lost sound for a little bit, Wolf and Raven. Because I had something that I had to do. And so I muted myself. Because I can do that on TikTok. I can't believe I'm getting edged by TikTok.
Six colors on the green. Six different colors on the green. Would you like to see it? Would you like to look at it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. On YouTube. I can mute myself on YouTube.
Okay. Fine. I up it to 20.
24.
That's what was
And then this one. Guess how many?
on the red or
The whole thing. I used 24 different colors on the blue one. The whole thing.
So this one, I want to say.
Yes, I can mute myself on YouTube.
Damn, you're good.
Yeah.
Dead on the start. 26.
Different colors. It's good to have a multi-palette, especially since you know which ones you're using.
It's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I'm already at 18. And I'm getting ready to pull into metallic colors, which I haven't done yet. So this one, I know for sure I'm going to gold. But I'm going to grab this.
I don't know. Probably because they mass report me.
So, hand me 2 blues and 2 purples and a couple or whatever. Hand me a couple of colors from metallics.
Okay. How many colors altogether?
Doesn't matter. Just hand me
Oh,
colors.
73.
It's gonna be your diamondy colors for your.
Okay, so that helps.
I just reached level 73 on Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I was on 69 for like a whole day, and I was so happy about that. However, I've gone up 4 levels in one day.
1 or 2 pinks, like yellow, or 1 or 2 purples. Or probably do 2 pinks, 2 purples, 1 yellow, 1 green, 1 blue.
Gentleman Wolf, TikTok probably did to be on the app and use it and stuff like that, but I quite often end up hearing myself screaming, no, no, no.
Need to go ahead and this one. No, actually, maybe that's just something.
Yes. Sure. And then green. You need one green.
They're more of consensual, non-consent fans. Yes, Lumi. Hey, that's it, babe. TikTok has a CNC kink.
Must be. And this is your orange. You already got it green. You need blue. So you can either do 1 or 2 blues if you would like. Same shape.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
I'm honestly pretty good with my colors. I've had them for a while.
Neat.
Okay. So those are all the colors. We do have a couple of different options for orange if you don't quite like that shape. We do have something like this one. Do you want me to do it a little bit bigger?
No. I like the lighter one, the first one.
The first one?
Yeah.
And I like the purples. I know we have purples. We really do have some.
Jesus.
This is the one.
I have to say,
Yeah.
you collect a lot of armor from killing people in this world.
I was like, wait. And then this one.
Yep, I like that. Too.
I don't know why, but this one always reminds me of a record bed.
That was kind of weird.
Here's dipshit. Okay, Wolf and Raven.
And I think we're going to play around with the ones a little bit.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Ooh, Gentleman Wolf just said, just imagine what TikTok's FetLife profile would look like. I think TikTok, if they had a FetLife profile, would have nothing but dick pics. They'd have like 400 pictures, and all of them would be dick pics.
So this one, I think you're really going to like this. You're going to change your mind on it. It's like a rose gold.
Yeah.
And then I like your red. I think that would be color.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Alright. I know you gotta go third.
No, you're fine.
Ooh, nope. It's almost touch on the red.
That is red. And that makes that one look like it's a piece of chocolate.
And then here's another pink that I think you have to do. Another one that's kind of the same as that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are those the ones you want to go with? Or would you like to stick with having this pink? A couple of different pinks.
So what we got going on?
House of Colossi.
So I think
Where's the Hand of Hades? Is this the Hand of Hades? Hand of Hades. Yes, this is where we're gonna go.
This one's the red.
Yep, I like it.
So
Ooh.
you want to leave, and you don't want this one right here, right? Which is the other part of that way.
Right.
Okay, so Lumi has a decent idea of TikTok's kinks so far. Degradation, CNC, and voyeurism.
Put these away before I get more confused.
Those
Babe,
are
what do you think?
I'm sorry, what?
TikTok's list of kinks so far: degradation, CNC, and voyeurism.
It's a good list so far.
I mean,
It's not wrong.
it's fitting. I mean, the entire fucking app is built on, we're gonna watch people do shit.
I don't want to put too much black.
Gentleman Wolf said, "Don't forget to add the hard limit of consent."
I do not take the lighter. Yeah, I do not take the lighter.
Consent is a hard limit for TikTok.
Yes. It seems that way. I'm gonna have to.
Do you want me to move it? Oh, yeah.
Okay, guys, I want you to know that you're probably going to see a TikTok video here in a second, here in a bit of.
I don't want to
Yeah,
look at
yeah, no, I don't want to get anybody tangled up in cords.
Come on, use work.
Do you want help?
No, me. No, I got it.
Okay. Baby, are we going inside after she leaves? Because she's leaving right now. Are we?
Yeah. Give me just a few seconds, but yes.
Well, I was just asking because I was okay with staying out here for a little bit longer and coloring for a little bit longer. Just for a little bit, if you wanted to play out here a little bit longer. Because I'm going to walk her out real quick. Or if you don't want to, we can just head inside. Baby?
No, I'm about done here, so give me just a second.
Oh, my desk, we're just cleaning up. Oh, sorry. No, you're good. That was bad timing.
It's all good. It was comfy.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when's the last time you met somebody on TikTok that was sane?
And then this. And are you sure about this?
Yeah, oh, I'm absolutely sure. It's good because it's a hybrid. So
Oh, I love hybrids. I really do.
that's why I brought it, because I had a feeling you liked more in the middle than one or the other.
Well, I honestly, I like sativas a lot. I really, really do, and I do prefer sativas.
Mhm.
But there are a lot of good hybrids. Like one of my favorites, I don't remember if it's a hybrid or not, but Maui Wowie.
Oh, I love Maui. Yeah.
Maui Wowie is my favorite.
When you
And
can
then
find it. Mm-hmm.
here's the thing, the place that I go to has the cartridges for vapors in Maui Wowie. In grams for $25.
And my dishes were good.
Yeah, no, I think we're good. Unless you want your grab your cup.
Right. Did I grab everything? Please. Did I grab my charger? I did not. I think this is right.
Yeah, that one's yours.
Okay.
Because that white box is mine. Yes. With the charger. And then there's this one.
Let's put these inside. Excuse me, Bob.
Okay.
I'll meet you inside, baby.
All right. I am shutting it down now.
Okay.
Guys, I'm going to go and cuddle with the baby dragon. So, yeah. BD is fine. So here's the thing. On YouTube, we can talk about whatever we want. I'm not going to get banned on here. But guys, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get some sleep. I will see you all bright and early, maybe in the morning. I don't know. I might go live from one of Baby Dragon's accounts. But I love you guys. You have a nice night. I will talk to you later. Please stay out of trouble. Okay? Unlike me. Bye.